After playing this new Onimusha game, I am genuinely surprised on how disappointed I was in the gameplay of this. This is not the game I expected at all, and the game just lacks everything to make it stand out from any sort of competitor or game that it's going to be compared to. For anybody who doesn't know, Onimusha is a series that's been around since PlayStation 2. The games have recently received like re-releases that have changed some of the controls to make it a little bit more modernized. And I beat the first Onimusha about 3 years ago for the first time, and it was a fun experience. The combat was fluid, the game had really nice set pieces. It suffered from the old school Capcom where everything was done in the frozen screen Resident Evil style, but it had a really satisfying combat, a story that was easy to follow, likable characters. The Samanosuke was a great main character, and the combat was really good for its time. It encouraged good timing, it encouraged good reactions, precision attacks, and the combat was just overall satisfying. Now, when I play this new Onimusha, I feel the complete opposite, and everything is kind of taken out of what makes Onimusha different. When you played Onimusha on the PlayStation 2, compared to games like Devil May Cry or God of War, those games were more fast, action-paced, exploration while just fighting waves of enemies. Onimusha was a lot more focused. It was precision. You had to deal with puzzles. Not to say those other games didn't, but it set itself apart from other games, even other Capcom action games. And in 2026, this new Onimusha hasn't separated itself whatsoever. One of the things that I have to admit that after playing a game like Ghost of Tsushima, the new bar has been set for action, third-person, samurai-style games. When I played the new Assassin's Creed, I wanted to like it more, but the combat was outdated. Ghost of Tsushima has literally set a standard for what combat should strive to be on samurai games. And I have to admit, if you're not on that level, or at least somewhat compared to it, or some variant or something unique from that, it's just not good enough. This game suffers from, when you first open it, it gives you like a story option and then like an action combat. So pretty much an easy mode and the normal/hard mode. And you pick the hard mode because why not? And when you get into the game, you realize the enemies are like very weak. The enemies only take a couple hits to completely finish off. They have a stamina bar, which is pretty common in a lot of action games. Once you knock down the stamina bar, you're usually able to hit them with a finisher. The game also introduces like parries, blocks. These are all precision time things that would feel familiar to any old school Onimusha fan. But like I said, pretty standard mechanics that are in every game. You're still able to use your gauntlet to absorb souls, and it didn't really seem to have much of an impact in the demo because the demo was so short. So it just felt like the arm, I forget what it's called, the soul thing was tacked on, and I'm like, well, okay, we'll give that to the demo, right? Just not providing that context, but it was just kind of weak. I don't know. The set pieces weren't there. I have to say, though, the graphics were great. The game had really good graphics, and it performed well. It ran at a good solid 60 frames per second. No issues with the performance at all. I don't even think the combat was necessarily clunky, although at times when if I wasn't locked onto an enemy, I don't get why it wouldn't at least auto soft lock to the closest enemy, and I would often just kind of start swinging at air. But the moves have no oomph, no impact. There's no weight to any of your attacks, and the enemies just kind of sit around and wait for you when you're getting jumped, when you're fighting multiple enemies at once. The other enemies just kind of just like circle around you. I just don't understand what they were trying to do with this game. It just seemed like they didn't add anything at all to make the game unique. There's nothing. The combat isn't better than PlayStation 2 Onimusha. The combat's not better. And although the main character seems cool, I don't know, like, I don't know. I don't know. And even the boss fight was like pretty cool, like cinematically, but once again, nothing about it was unique at all. You attack them, you wear down the stamina bar. You attack them, wear down the stamina bar, and then after you wear down the stamina, you just like start swinging, getting a bunch of damage in. And I beat it on my second try. Only reason why I didn't beat it on my first try is because I didn't realize that my health was low and I just got killed. I just wasn't paying attention. But the game was like incredibly easy. And the Onimusha games were not easy games. Like, you can get worked in them. And just considering the space of the games that it's competing with, when you have games like Ghost of Tsushima, shoot, even the Yakuza series, you could even start comparing it to stuff like that because they have so many spin-offs. The Ninja Gaiden, the God of Wars, all these games are like, the combat's refined, it's satisfying. There's ups. There's just tons of ups to the combat, but this game doesn't do anything. Doesn't offer anything unique. Doesn't offer anything substantial. The combat's not good enough, and unfortunately, after playing this demo, I am not buying that game anymore. I'm gonna save my money for the hundreds of other games that are coming out like this holiday season, really. But let me know what y'all think about the game. It's just incredibly disappointing to me. I really wanted more from it, but we'll see soon. I hope that they make some changes or they've shown the upgrade in combat, but there's no way. The game you played is the game we're getting in, I believe, September. So I'll talk to y'all folks soon. See you later. Deuces. Peace out, y'all.